All right, yo, what is good, everybody? Hope you're liking the new layout of this. We're doing virtual episode this time, just to be safe, just to be all
I'm
chill and
liking the
shit.
virtual thing, bro.
Yeah, you
I
liking it?
don't I don't think we I think we can do both. Like
Mhm.
I like the virtual one. It makes things a lot easier, specifically for the Friday night stream.
Yeah,
But this one's less hard to do because it's just you and me,
yeah.
and I feel like you and me are both pretty dependable on
Uh,
shit. But I don't think the virtual looks bad at all.
mhm.
I still feel like I don't know that like we do so much virtual shit. I don't feel like we're not like, oh, it's not like you're not here. I
Yeah,
need your body presence.
yeah.
Like whatever.
Like
You
how
know what
my
I mean?
job
I'll
is,
still
like,
get
bro.
like drunk and
No, I was saying, like, just how like my job is. They're always like, oh, like we need you here. Like we need the energy. I'm like, bro, get the fuck out of here. Like I'm in my office all day anyways. Like I sit down like with my desk on my computer, and I'm just like doing
yeah,
nothing.
my job. I don't talk to people and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't get my like social interaction and fucking work. So, but yeah, no. Well, I'll get fucked up in the virtual. I'll probably go get. I actually need to go. I'll go smoke right now.
All right.
Medicine. Oh no, it's legal here.
Yeah, it's legal now, bro. Like I was gonna talk to you about that, or I was gonna like tweet or some shit. Like like I saw
Bro, the day
dispensaries.
that I finally sent fucking or I finally got some from the dispensary.
Uh-huh.
Ever since my card ran out, that's what I've been having to do. The morning that day, it said it was recreational legal, but they had already bought it. And I was like, well, shit, I didn't even need them to go do that.
Oh well, shit. Well, fuck, dude. But either way, how you been though? Like,
Bro, no one's been looking at it. You know what I did the past few days is I
What's
figured
up?
out all my genealogy,
What the hell is that?
like your ancestors.
Oh, that shit.
So like I don't know anybody past my grandparents really.
Oh yeah.
I was able to trace my family back to Europe in multiple different ways.
Yeah.
The Spanish side is the most badass. We were
Yeah.
related to some key conquistador dudes. Yeah, you didn't see that thing I posted in the chat, bro.
What
Don
the-
Diego,
You put in the
who
chat?
is my fucking like. Yeah, don't even look at it.
No,
Remember,
what?
it was
I
just
remember you
whatever.
put like no. I think you put something that you were German or some shit like that. I was like, yeah, that makes sense.
I am German.
Yeah.
Yeah, mostly German. Mostly German. But in multiple ways. The Geckler name is German. My last name is German, and I can trace that all the way back to this village. It's not a village; it's a town. Like so my family's mostly pretty much all the Germans are from Baden-Württemberg, and that's how you say it. It's fun to say. When I first read it, I was like Baden-Württemberg. It's not lame, but it's Baden-Württemberg. It's cool to say it that way. Yeah, you know how people call San Francisco the Bay, or
Yeah.
like LA the Valley and shit like that. Baden-Württemberg in Germany they call it the land. Like everybody, it's like because it has the Black Forest and it has all the tree and shit. So they made wine, and the first dude that came to America with the last name Geckler, it was in the 1850s, and he started a winery, and they still hold the farmland, but I don't think they make wine anymore in fucking Illinois. And so they made wine forever, which I told the Fanny that, and she's like, but you don't like wine. I'm like, that's true. Maybe I'll learn to like it. But fucking the Spanish side though, bro, via my mom's mom,
Yeah.
and her dad. So like for a shitload of all of them are from Nuevo Leon when they're Mexican.
Yeah.
So what happened so Spain used to be like of all like of what most people think of as Europe, Germany, France, Poland, Switzerland, England, all that shit. It's the most religiously diverse, right? Because for the longest time, it wasn't fully Catholic. Now I'm talking like an 800, 900s, 1000, right? Muslims ruled the lower half of the Iberian Peninsula most of that time, which there's a lot of Muslim influence and a lot of Spanish food and shit like that because the root of the tortilla is in that. It's based off of making a naan bread. It really is.
See, now you're teaching me things. Now you're teaching me things about my ancestors.
Yeah, bro.
Wait, so what'd you do?
Fucking.
What's up?
So there was a lot of Jews and a lot of Muslims there because the Muslims allow the Jews to kind of exist. So when Spanish Inquisition and all this shit happens, basically what became Spain, right? The faction that wins control, really hard pushing Catholic. The guy that the king like really believed like we are like I'm like, he believed it was like he was performing God's will. He was really into that shit.
Yeah.
So they were banishing all the Muslims, and with the Jews, they said, you guys have to you can either die, or you can convert and give the rest of your life to the Spanish Empire and like try to win it back. So most of them did that.
Okay.
Right. So if you were a descendant of Jews, they sent you. So I'm also, I guess, distantly Jewish somehow, because we can't trace it back that far.
Yeah.
You're gonna hit a wall probably, unless you were maybe of nobility. Yeah. Probably at about 50, you got pretty far if you get to like 1550. Okay. So on my German side, it's like that because they were like people that made shit, right? Mm-hmm. But on the Spanish side, we go back to 1400. Yeah. Because I was like, because that's what I was telling Fanny when I was learning, and I was able to, I can go, people in my, they have Wikipedia pages and shit. Yeah. This dude, Don Diego, sick as fuck. There was the part that I posted, it said that, so they were sent to be conquistadors. They sent those to go to America. Yeah. And figure that shit out and try to spread Christianity. So there was a part in there where they have a bunch of shit about his life. And it was saying that he was the parishioner complained to the Inquisition because he would ride around on his horse wearing silk and fine jewels. And that wasn't befitting of a man of. It was illegal for a man of Jewish descent to do that.
And now we got you always in every music video, every post, like, yo, let's get grills, dog. Let's get gaming PCs and let's get fucking grills. Ain't nothing changed, bro. Ain't nothing changed.
That's what I'm saying, bro. He was so icy. They were like, seize him. And they couldn't stop him, bro. His whole life, he wrote a letter to the King of Spain, a playable character in Civ 6, Philip II, requesting more land, and he said, okay. Bro, I'm telling you, his whole life, it's like there's like this whole thing. They have a bunch of stuff about him, and they're like, at this point, he got bored and started looking for silver mine, and like he was always looking for more silver. It was the perpetual quest for silver. But so yeah, there's a bunch of people that were like higher members of like the Spanish military. Yeah. On that side, and also found out I'm part Cherokee distantly. Mm-hmm. So and there was some inbreeding on that side because fucking two people on that part, they had like someone that they got married, the like husband's great grandpa and the husband's like great grandpa and the wife's grandpa were the same fucking guy. And in that part of like it was like further in the Geckler line, and then someone's wife, this guy, his name was Millard. Yeah. His wife, they were the Bibles. So it's a family that I'm like descended from the Bibles. And fucking that guy and his family, he had married one of his sons to a Cherokee woman, and also gave them a dowry. That's where like you give like a bunch of money when at the wedding. Yeah, gave them $3,000, which at that time was a ton of money. And part of what, and then they gave, along with her name, the Cherokee gave them a bunch of land. So it was basically like a land deal to unite their families. Okay. So he bought a shit ton of land from the Cherokee that way. So I'm like distantly, he married a woman named Eliza Greenfeather.
That's pretty crazy, bro. That's crazy. See, where'd you do this from, by the way? Like what, Ancestry.com or?
Yeah, the free trial on Ancestry.
Oh, there's a free trial? What the fuck?
Yeah, for 2 weeks, bro. All you got to do, if you can just get, and if you might need to talk to your grandparents or something, if you can get names and ideally some birth or death dates. Okay. If you can get those of like your grandparents, great grandparents, you will start filling some shit in probably. Do you think so? So you're Mexican. Are both your parents Mexican?
Yeah, they're both Mexican.
So you're like you said, you're a güerito. So are you like probably very little Indio in your family?
What is Indio?
Native.
Like, native. I guess so. Yeah, because like
probably not much, right?
Yeah, I mean,
everybody's light skinned.
No, not everyone's light skinned. I think like we're like the only ones who've been light skinned because like my grandpa was pretty like dark skinned too. You know.
Okay, so maybe you do have some. So if it's mostly Spanish, there's but even if you're Indio, there'll still be record because it was very Catholic. So a big thing with Ancestry is once you start getting like, okay, so there'll be pretty good records, probably to like the 1800s. Then after that, you're probably gonna be looking more like church records. So people there wouldn't be someone when someone's born, but there'd be record of a baptism.
Okay.
And the baptism will have all the info. The baptism will show the parents, and that's where. So once you start popping that in, it'll be like, we found who's probably the father. Take a look. And it'll show you, and it's like, here's a baptism record. It says this, dates and places line up. Okay, perfect. And you just keep popping it in, and you'll run into dead ends and stuff. But obviously, the further, you have like 4 grandparents and then 8 great grandparents and then like 16 of the, so you'll be able to fill out pathways.
Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be a little bit hard for me because like, well, both of my grandpas are dead. One of my grandpas I don't talk to anymore, and the other one is like in Mexico. But like, I can call her. Like, I can just call her. Like, hey, like, when were you born? Like, what's your birth certificate?
I mean, ask people around him. I didn't ask anybody but my dad, and my dad knew. It was harder. So my dad's real dad, basically had like a secret other family. Abandoned my dad's family and then married into some other people. So like I never even met him. I saw a picture of him for the first time like a year ago. Yeah. And I was kind of pissed. I was like, he didn't even look like me. He was like tall and lanky with big ears. I'm like, I don't look like that at all.
Yeah, I look nothing like my grandpa on either side. Actually, it's weird.
Right. Yeah, so there's a lot more other, like if you meet other people named Geckler, I'm probably related to them, but I don't know them. I don't really know any of the other Gecklers.
I mean, I've met so many Mexicans with last name Munoz, and I'm like, we're of course not related, but I feel like that's a common
and that's there's a lot of in Spanish last names where people would take on last names. So when I was looking at that Don Diego dude that I'm related to, he was his last name was Villarreal, and and looking his shit up, there's a bunch of stuff on the Villarreal family, and there is a bunch of stuff like a lot of people like basically took that last name because like when they came, so the Spain conquered the Aztecs, right? That was the major empire here before Spain came, right? And they did the same. They had vassals and all this sort of shit, right? Spain conquered the Aztecs, and they were trying to push Catholicism. And then did you know the Basilica of Guadalupe?
No, I don't know anything about that.
So in Mexico City, they've got one of the most pilgrimage to Catholic sites in the world. Okay. The Basilica of Guadalupe, and it's this story you've probably heard of. It is like there was like this guy. He was Aztec. I think he was half. And basically he went and did something, and he saw an apparition of the Virgin Mary. Right. This is the official. See, he's like a saint and all that. He saw this apparition of the Virgin Mary, and she gives him this cloak. And it was confirmed a miracle by the church via various things. And then on the cloak that she gave him, there was like symbols of like Aztec stuff that only other Aztecs would know, like the church couldn't have known. This is like the official church story. I don't know if this is, but it's a historical event. Okay. Right. So there was a couple other things that there were flowers growing there, and it was in the middle of winter that couldn't have been there. Yeah. And the cloak is still in the basilica, right? So they have like this huge thing around it. And it's like not deteriorated at all, which it should be. So all these different things about it, right? So anyways, that was the largest conversion event of any religion in history. After that, like nearly all the Aztecs converted. Because of what was on the cloak. They saw that as like irrefutable evidence that like Catholicism was the next step in their religion. Like that it wasn't against it, that it was right that they should become Catholic. So most Aztecs became Catholic. Ideally, some were marrying mixing in, but a lot of them would assume Spanish last names but not actually be of the lineage.
Oh, okay. Damn, that's fucking crazy.
So that's why there's a lot of similar Spanish last names. Like so many people have the same one and shit.
Okay, yeah. Because like even on my mom's side, like the last name Hernandez, like I've seen that like that shit's everywhere.
How many fucking Hernandezes do you know? You know
what
I mean?
Yeah, like yeah, exactly. And it's like they're not even my cousins. They're not even related. I just know like a bunch of Hernandez and shit like that.
Fanny's Ledesma. You know how many Ledesmas I've met?
How many?
A bunch. I met many Ledesmas before her.
Yeah, great. Or Lopez, you know. As like a
Lopez,
very common,
Perez. I mean, you can just sit. We can just sit here and say, I mean, and there's them from other language, fucking Smith. Yeah, you know, or you know, all sorts of shit like that. So that's why I thought my last name's kind of cool because it's not like it's pretty specific. I've never met anybody else.
Yeah, it's kind of uncommon, but it's like like you know, I can see I can picture someone else being named like that too. You know,
it was originally they did misspell it in the 1850s. there was a note on it. He came over and it was Goeckeler.
Yeah.
And they fucked up and lost the C and lost an E. And it says it in his thing. It was like, yeah, it was misspelled on his marriage thing. And, people just took it from there. But it was originally like this. And then further back, at the oldest, like the furthest Geckler is like Lucas Geckler, but it was G-O with the little dots.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I know. Yeah.
Yeah. It was like Goeckeler and then had the O with the dots on it.
Damn. Either. Yeah. Oh, another thing too about my last name is that so in America, like we put M-U-N-O-Z, but in Mexico, it's the Enye, so they got the little squiggly line on top. But either way, like every document I have here in America, it's always just Munoz, not Munoz. And Eloy just said too, my last name is Ramirez. That's another common last name too.
Yeah.
But, yeah, like that's how it is for my history, and I've always been interested because like all I do know is like up to my grandpa. I have some great grandparents that are still alive, but even then, like I don't really talk to them.
See, I like learning more about the people that died a long time ago and figuring out where they, because there's no way I could find that shit out. You know what I mean? Other than doing some shit like this. Yeah. And also, like, I'm like you, I don't like a lot of people in my family.
Yeah.
So I'm more interested. Like, I don't even know any of the people that my namesake is from. Like I said, our families were basically, we're like an offshoot.
Yeah.
Bastardization, basically.
Yeah.
Because he fucking switched families.
Yeah.
The person that our name's from. And what's funny too? So what was fucking up my thing, when I first put it in, I couldn't find anything on my dad's side. And my dad was like, I thought your dad's name was George. And then and then his dad's name was like Gerald. And he was like, actually, both their names were Robert, which is my dad's name. But they went by their middle names for whatever reason.
Yeah.
So once I put the same name in there, it was like, all this shit started coming in.
Damn.
So I was like, oh shit, okay. And there's like pictures and all sorts of stuff.
Oh shit, bro. Another thing too, I was thinking of like, well, it's because like since my grandpa on my mom's, fun fact, like, or not so fun fact, I don't know, but it's like it's interesting that like both my grandpas died like around the same 24-hour span, you know, and it was kind of
shit.
Yeah, it was kind of weird. It was just like, yeah, I remember too, like it was Black Friday. Literally just got like the PS4 with GTA 5 on there, started playing that shit. My mom's having like a fucking, she's crying on the phone, and it's about her dad, and she's like, yeah, like he's dead. But I was like, like the thing is, like, I didn't know the dude because he's kind of a deadbeat. Like he walked out on my mom like at a very young age, and like they just started talking again. But even then, like they talked like 5 times. I'm not sure if my mom got attached, but for me personally, like I met the dude. All I know is that he's a deadbeat, but he was also a boxer as well. So I'm like, I kind of want to look him up.
Tight.
Yeah, I want to look him up, but I don't even know his name actually. So I'll just ask my mom about it later. But with that,
the person that I related to that guy I was telling you about, he was a boxer too. He was Mexican. Same as Salome.
Oh shit, that's dope. But I forgot what I was going this. With like basically like I'm interested in that dude kind of, but also interested in like in my dad's side too, because like they have land over there, and I'm like, yo, I wonder if I can fuck around and get some shit over there too, which like
hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I've been telling Fanny, bro. I'm like, because her family, we did hers too, and they're all from this village basically. That Fanny's family like still like goes in. They have like a little store there.
Yeah,
like 300 people live there. Family lived there for hundreds of years.
Shit.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Like that's why I was saying, like my family's all from the Gecklers are all from this little village. Like basically, there's this thing called Wingstad. I don't know how to say it right, but it's like 5. Wingstop, yeah, basically, and it's like 5 little like separate little like fucking little hamlets in Baden-Württemberg near, what is the name of it? It's like Stratgert or some shit like that. Yeah, that's not what it's called, but anyways, they're like 5 little things. But now in like the 40s, they said, hey, we're gonna call this all like one city. It's like a district, because they're all the same thing. They're like little places, and they all made wine. They were like little villages born out of like their like industrious winemakers. Yeah. And so there's one called Schneit, and for like hundreds of years, like we don't know anything about them, but there's just records of baptisms. Yeah. Of people from Schneit, and they were Lutheran, actually, which is funny because we're Catholic. But they probably brought Lutheranism with them. Let me see if I can. I got this picture here. I'm gonna send it to you real quick.
So.
Put this on screen.
So do you know the percentage of like how much German you are, or how much Cherokee you are, and all that stuff? Like, do you know the percentage now?
To do that, you got to use your DNA. Okay. So you got to spend for that $100. I'm thinking of doing it, but I mean, even just like looking at it, like just from like seeing what I can see, it's like probably like it's at least 50, if not 60 or 70% German. It's probably like 20% Spanish.
Yeah.
And then there's like random other shits. There's like some Swiss French in there.
Yeah.
And I believe oh wait, that's the wrong thing. Hold up.
I got some shit right here. There we go. Other side. There we go. Sorry. I had some wings. Sorry about that, y'all. Oh, no. Greg is from Wingstop. No wonder he likes spices and dates Latino women. Fucking Eloy.
Wait, what did he say?
He said Greg is from Wingstop. No wonder he likes spices and dates Latino women. Bro, hello Latino women go to... Bro, hello. Were you met her from Wingstop?
Alright, hold on. I'm trying to get you this thing so you can send it on the show it on the screen, but freaking Discord will never let me send shit.
Yeah, I'm looking through the chat. It's like you put like how much you just put like some pretty. You just said I'm actually pretty German. My family made wine for hundreds of years. And then I told Fan that she doesn't even like wine, or that you don't even like wine. And then we talk about AOC.
Can I send you something in an email?
Yeah.
Discord will never let me send you a fucking file, bro, and I don't know why.
Sometimes it's the file size, but sometimes it's just stupid.
Nah, it's not that. It's just being stupid, bro.
Okay, yeah, probably that.
It's definitely not the file size.
I can also screenshot
because it was doing this the other time too.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
I got a CBD fucking email. Cool, that's nice. Who fucking told y'all smoking CBD? Speaking of which, bro, that shit's been helping me out a lot with working out.
CBD?
Yeah, cause like, you know, anxiety, of course. But like when I started working out, like I started getting anxiety attacks again. You know, cause cause when I have anxiety, I feel nauseous, and like that happens when you work out. Like you never work out and like you throw up after running a mile or something like that. Does that ever happen to you?
Yeah, it has. But I feel like also working out makes me feel less anxious.
Yeah, with that too. But it's like I have to balance it out now. So like, all right, I'm anxious now. I have to like get through that to not feel anxious. Then I'll feel okay. You know.
I think maybe you're pushing yourself too hard.
Probably, you know? Yeah, I know, but like I'm
That's
also
what it sounds like to me.
I know,
because if you're working out hard, you're throwing up. That's something they do to you in like fucking practice for a sport, but you don't need to do that to yourself.
Hold on,
look at that. So that's my 10th or 11th great grandfather via my mom's mother, which is where it's like the strongest like Mexican roots.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at that.
There we go.
That's like notes about the dude's fucking life story. And look at them, they're fucking dope, actually. Like it's not even boring.
See, Captain Diego de Virial. Let's see. Oh, what the fuck? Okay.
So all of my family is like from Monterey. They were a big part of settling Monterey and Nuevo Leon.
Let's see.
But so do you have that pulled up? Oh yeah, you've got it pulled up right there.
Yeah.
So if you got he was always owning and discovering silver mines in various cities. Tons of silver mines. Let's see here. So if you go down to read part 8.
Part 8. The parish priest of Santillo once complained about the Inquisition of Don Diego, whom described as riding a horse, wearing silk clothing and jewelry. Even through those privileges, were denied the law to a descendant of parents who have converted to Judaism to Catholicism as adults.
They wanted to stop his drip, bro.
They wanted to stop his drip, but the drip lives on through you, my guy. The drip lives on through you.
Bro, that's what I'm telling you. Bro, this guy, he never stopped, bro. In 1625, he was lieutenant in charge of troops, dedicated himself to mining fucking silver. Let's see. He did some other dope shit. Oh, he became a captain.
Yeah, I saw that, yeah.
Founded some mines. Bro, that's what I'm telling Fanny. We need to go down there. I'm birthright, bro.
And claim your,
Fanny, we need to go to Monterey.
Yeah, go.
Like this shit should all be mine.
Reclaim.
He founded some little town called Cerralvo, which I looked up. It's like some tiny little town, and then he was the mayor of it. Let's see what else.
Who's the mayor now, or is that shit even still around?
I don't know. He participated in a bunch of wars against the natives. He made in May of 1654. He made a request for a land grant from the king. That's sick as fuck. Because I looked it up at the time, it would have been Philip II of Spain, the playable character in Civ 6. So that's pretty sick.
Discord's so glitchy right now. All right, there we go.
Bro, because it's trash.
I mean, like, it was doing fine, like, early, and I was, like, kind of, like, we're stopping and going, but I guess you'll just see all the hentai shit that I'm in right here on the side. I'm kidding. No, but...
He's not kidding.
I'm not. I mean, I'm in like one hentai
There's
server.
literally like a hentai board that I'm on that I see that you post all the time.
Yeah, there's my hentai server and there's like another one that I joined. I'm like, yeah, they have the sauce. But here, let me just fucking do this real quick. I can fix this right now. There we go. Crop that out, and then we're gonna increase that bitch. There we go. We're fine. All right. Anyways, Jesus, yeah, literally the whole drip thing. I'm like, that explains so much, bro. Like it carried on through you. Now here you are. Grip got drip.
That was the sickest part of the whole thing. It was all worth it just for that.
I think. Well, I think for me, it's like, I know for sure I have athletic genes in me for sure, especially with my grandpa. You know, being a boxer, I'm like, yeah, I can see that because like once I started boxing, like that shit kind of picked up immediately. But also because like I did soccer before, and the footwork is.
Wait, so are you really boxing? You've been talking to me about this?
Yeah, no, like I've been training. Like I've been training for fun. Like I always like train just to
you
go.
You just hit the bag?
Yeah, hit the bag, but also do like some drills here and there to like help me like shadow box. But
shadow boxing is really good.
Yeah,
I would say hitting the bag. Like I boxed for like 2.5 years. Hitting the bag is good for like feeling out like your power in certain punches and stuff like that. But honestly, I fucked up my shoulder from hitting the bag too much. Hitting the bag is like, it's not pointless, but like most people I think focus on it way too much. Shadow boxing is definitely actually more useful for like learning your combinations, and also mitts are really good.
Yeah,
but you gotta spar if you really gotta box.
No,
like, you gotta.
That's something I want to do for sure.
So what do you box? So you just box in at EOS with the bag and shit there?
Yeah, pretty much. And then like, yeah, then it's, of course shadow boxing. But like, I try not to be that dude that like shadow boxes all the fucking time, because like everyone's there. Yeah, everyone there's the fucking lifter. But I'm like, I'm actually trying to like get into serious boxing shape. Check that.
So are you gonna go to a boxing gym? Because that's where you should go.
I used to go to one, but that shit's expensive. So like, I'll just do what I can. It is
expensive.
Yeah, I'll just go to. But like, I'm gonna buy some more equipment later. Like, there's this cool ass like headband thing. Like, it has a tennis ball at the end, and basically like it helps you like with accuracy, if anything, and timing. You know,
those things are cool. Those and there's like a bag that does the same thing where it's like connected to the top and the floor by like a rubber band thing, and it moves it in a certain way, and that's cool. It's more like it'll be like your accuracy and speed, but the best thing that you can do is like if you can go to a boxing gym and then just spar with people that are better than you, because like everything you're doing that you're practicing. As soon as you start sparring, you realize, okay, now I know what I need to fucking practice, because I was boxing with this guy and he was just like, you know, I was trying to do shit and he was just jabbing the shit out of me and keeping me away, and he could have done way more if he wanted to. You know what I mean? The worst thing is boxing people that don't know what's up at first. It's really dangerous because they'll get, when you're not used to, when you're first in there and you're sparring, you're going to be so nervous about it because you're getting hit in the face. You know what I mean? And then after you do it for a while, you like don't care because it's just like part of it. And then you can be calm. But when you're not calm, and you know, you were just talking about you have anxiety, right? Everyone's been getting anxious, and then he gets hit twice and gets scared and throws the hardest punch he's ever thrown in his fucking like the Nate Robinson punch. If those Nate Robinson punches hit, they probably hurt. You know what I mean? The only time I ever had anything where like I think I might have gotten a concussion or almost knocked out or some shit was like the second time I ever sparred, and it was someone else's first time.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and and it was just because he was just like trying to, like, you know, when you're sparring, you're not really, you just kind of like, you go in there, like I always just kind of go in there, just kind of like feel the other person out a little bit. And if they start turning up, then I'll turn up with them. You know what I mean? I've never had it where I'm like, I need to get out of the ring. Like if I don't like the way like they're sparring too hard and I don't think it's useful, you know what I mean? I'll just be like, okay, after this round, I'll get out with them.
Eloy said,
you know?
Eloy said, I'll spar with you. I'm down. I give you food money, bro. I'm getting back in shape too. Like again, like boxing is just, it's because I hate doing cardio. Like I hate going on runs.
Bro, I have
like,
the worst cardio in the world now. That's why I actually kind of wanted to spar, because I don't want to go on runs. Just jump rope. Do you jump rope? If you're not skipping rope, you're fucking up.
All right, bet. I'm gonna start doing that then. So I'm gonna hit
skip rope in 2-minute rounds. Start. That's hard. Like people sleep on skipping rope. Skipping rope. Just skip rope for the length of rounds, because rounds are like 2 minutes. Right. And once you can do that like reliably, then start doing that longer. But that's what you're gonna be doing. You're gonna be sitting there hopping, bouncing around
for sure.
And then also like so you used to go to a boxing gym, right?
Yeah.
You said. So like you used to have like some kind of coaching on like how to like do footwork and everything, because your feet, it's not even like, because people always talk about footwork and it sounds boring, but fucking like if you're not stepping with your punches and shit like that,
yeah,
you're losing all the power.
Yeah,
because all the power actually comes from your legs.
Yep, and yeah, that's another thing too. Is like since like I haven't done it in so long, my form is like kind of off. Like I don't twist with my body as well, you know. So like that's like, but like already like it's already been like 2 weeks. Like it's already starting to improve now. So I've always had power in my punches. I've never sent you guys clips, but like yeah, I have some clips on my phone to like put up later. And also Fanny said she's hungry. So
I know I just texted her.
Nah,
Fanny, Mexican
food.
Let's get Mexican.
But yeah, other than that,
you want something different.
Oh, but yeah, other than that, like, you know, just getting back shape for, of course, like modeling shit that I want to do. Cause like that last shoot that I did, I was like, yo, all right, I know what I can pull off, like being sexy and all that shit, but like I want to be actual sexy, like have abs and like have a good body. So like I actually want to be your favorite wet dream type shit. So yeah.
Yeah, no, I've been like, I've stopped gaining weight, but I'm not losing weight because I gained weight for like a year. So no, we could even like. I just need to get a pair of gloves real quick. I don't even necessarily need them because I was about to say we could spar and I'll just do defense, and then you just try to hit me. I mean, I know that'll be good fucking cardio for me.
I know Fobb said he has some gloves, so like you can probably just hit him up. You know, us three taking turns.
We can all do that. We can make it part of a vlog real quick, not the whole vlog.
I'm down.
That'd be a good little. Yeah.
No, I'm down.
That'd be sick as fuck. I got my test yesterday, so as soon as I get results, I'm sure it'll be negative. We can start doing shit.
But yeah, like, cause I sent you the workout plan, and if anyone wants to know, I'm doing body recomposition, and so I'm gonna get like total fucking nerd about this. It's basically like, so body recomposition is training for like people who are been injured or just like lazy or even out of shape, or even just like, I forgot what like the fourth one is too. But like it's basically people like who aren't basically, you know, fitness bodybuilders, you know, like they're still in the beginner phase, you know, like even like lazy people who are like just like they've been lifting for like so many years, but like they're not toned or anything, you know, they just have like strength, maybe a good body, basically me. So like basically like, yeah, basically me, where I'm like, yeah, I don't got a good body.
I knew he was about to say me. He was like people that have like, you know, they're pretty athletic, but they just like fell out of it, and they're really good looking, and they're all
no, not that. I didn't say good looking, but no, I was like basically me, because I'm like I feel like two of those priorities were the fuck categories. Shit, that's the word. No, but so like there's that. So like basically instead of doing like chest, leg, arm day, whatever on, you know, separate days, whatever. It's basically like you're mixing full body workouts almost. So like day 2 is like back and chest and arm day or bicep, and third day is like legs, shoulders, triceps. And then since the workout plan didn't put abs, I just put abs at the end. So
you can do abs at like the end of everything.
Yeah. So like that's what I did, and like that's basically the workout plan for like those 2 days.
The only workouts I've been doing, bro, are the fucking workouts with Fanny. She does like the girl Instagram workouts with the tiny dumbbells and the fucking bands, and I do them with her because I was like shitting on them at first. I was like, those aren't even that hard, and then I did with them. They're pretty tough, bro.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah.
They make you fucking work out your ass muscles.
Yeah. Because that's the point. I saw all girls want to do. They just want to work out the ass muscles, but like girls who are like trying to get in shape, like please, like just go lift some weights. You're gonna become the Hulk.
I always convince Fanny to lift weights. Yeah, because I always think like they're gonna do like one bench press and be like, no, yeah, and be fucking huge. Yeah, I'm like, no. First off, it's hard to get. If it was that easy to get huge, I would have done it. Like no, it's not like you can't like just get like fucking massive. Yeah. Like, and the girls that you see that are massive are doing roids. Like the ones that are like fucking crazy huge. Like at the best you could hope for as a girl is to be like kind of muscular, like gymnast looking. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like you're not gonna get like huge.
Yeah.
You can't.
So, exactly. But for me, like also body recomposition, like so since I'm trying to get tone more than muscle, but like I'm still want muscle, is basically like I'm trying to get, you know, both at the same time. But I have to focus more on bulking up because I'm still like skinny. At least I'm still skinny to myself. But like, yeah, that's the whole point of body.
That's because you have that thing where like, you know, they make a comic of a guy that's jacked and looks in a mirror and he sees himself as like skinny. Yeah, like that's what you have. Because I'll never forget you. Scrappy tried to say he has a dad bod, bro. Like,
yeah, but like, yo, but the progress pics I'd be taking, but like, yo, low key, I'd be thirsting, bro. Like, I'd be like, oh, yo, you could slay, but like a little bit more. All right, no, don't be showing the world off yet.
The veins starting to pop out and shit again.
Yeah, the veins are popping out and shit like that. There, you can see the tone.
Yeah, so you gotta be like, welcome to a workout, guest starring the vein.
Yeah, guest starring this fucking tricep. You know.
Exactly.
So, that's what I've been doing. Body recomposition helps you bulk and cut at the same time. And yeah, dude. But also, like, I'm doing.
I think you should,
what's up?
I think you should eat big to get big, bro.
For sure, no, for sure. But like, I'm also doing bitch weight right now too. Like, I'm doing hella bitch weight. So I'm like, I hate.
So start eating big and pushing up the bit and move up from bitch weight to the shit weight.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
And then fucking once you put on some muscle, then cut.
For sure. All right. But you're
not gonna do that.
I mean, no, because I'm already doing the body recon. Like, I'm already like 3 weeks in. I'm like, all right, you know, like I'm already seeing some good progress too. I don't see what to change it. I mean, I am eager to like get my muscle.
I mean, Scrappy, when you looked like when Stewie started doing rides.
Or Joe. Yeah, you said I look like Joe Swanson with standing up. Whatever.
Yeah, you do. You do look like Joe Swanson standing up. I can't believe I said that. That's funny.
but yeah, dog. So I'm like, all right, I just want to be like lean and also flexible as well. So like, but I haven't been doing stretches. I've been slacking on that. So
no man stretches. They just lie.
Yeah. But whatever.
Unless they're forced to stretch at a sport. Fucking guys never stretch. They always go, oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. I like tried to get into stretching once. I can give up in like a week. That shit hurts. I'm already really inflexible too.
I feel no. It's just my hamstring, bro. My hamstrings do be locked up. Like I can't even like keep a leg straight in the air. You know. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I can't do that. I can't. Like I can barely bend over and touch my toes without bending my knees a little bit and shit. Fucking. Whenever I get a massage and they stretch me, they're like, "Stop resisting," and I'm like, "I'm not." That's as far as it goes. Like. Not pushing back.
Yeah. So like, you can go lower. I'm like, no, I can't. I really can't go lower in my squat. Like my hamstrings will not let me. You know.
You can't go past fucking 90 degrees.
No, yeah, I can't go past 90 degrees pretty much. I can go at 90 degrees, but like not lower.
You know? That's not your hamstring though. That's something else.
No, are you sure, bro? Because like, I don't know,
bro. You need to do. I need to like get a full frontal. In fact, move the camera. Let's see you do an ass to grass real quick. You don't have to do it.
Without weight, I mean,
no, he's gonna do it.
No, I'm not gonna do it. Without weight, I mean, yeah, for sure without weight, but with weight, like I can't go ass to grass.
Does it hurt when you do it? Does it hurt when you do it without weight?
No. Then it doesn't hurt. What's up?
Right, you should be. Then I think it's just that it's too much weight.
Probably. I don't know.
Scrappy's been doing fake squats.
No, dog.
He doesn't really want to make it. What is my dog doing, bro?
Bro, she just wants to touch him. She just wants to touch him, bro.
She drags her legs.
Yeah, look at her, bro. Look at her, bro. She's so fucking cute.
She doesn't know that I can see her. She's just sitting there staring at me.
He's fucking adorable, dog. Chabella still.
Now no one can see you.
There you go. Chabella still looks so young, dog.
Yeah, but I can tell she's getting older because see all this white shit on her face that used to not be there.
Oh fuck.
See all this shit that used to just be purely brown, and then her tummy has like liver spots. It used to be like pink and tight. Now it's like straight from her chest, and it's got liver spots all over it and shit.
Damn. Oh, but
yeah, she's old.
Other than that, dude, like you know, let's talk about your COVID experience. How was that, dude? You know.
Oh, if we're gonna talk about that, I gotta get high first.
You gotta get high. All right, go get high. Go get high.
But we're gonna talk about my COVID experience.
All right.
Spoiler alert, it really wasn't that bad. I'm gonna bring it in here real quick.
Yeah, basically, I'm the only one who had like a really shitty experience because you know, like actually no, I had a shitty experience after I recovered. That's when I went to the hospital for appendicitis and got fucked by a bill. But like, I don't know, I had nightmares too. I think I mentioned before, like I had one time where like I woke up from a dream where I thought I was drowning, you know, like I woke up like gasping for air, just like a quick little, you know, it was fucking weird. So that happened to me. I remember one time I woke up too with like my whole body just went through a workout, you know, like my whole body was like, oh fuck, I'm sore as shit, like, but I didn't even do anything, you know, because I've just been in bed. And here comes the boy.
My girlfriend's so stressed.
Why?
Because she's trying to pick a place to eat.
You said Mexican. You even gave her a choice. You said Mexican food.
Bro, that's not because, bro, that's like half of your relationship is like finding and agreeing on places to eat. And that's why I sent her, there's like a TikTok about that shit where the guy's like, bro, I'll eat anything. And I'm like, I really will eat like pretty much anything. There's one thing I don't eat and I'll just pick it out of my food.
What?
That's it.
What is it?
Water chestnuts.
What? Oh, what? You like? I actually never really had that.
Most people like them. You've had it. You've probably had it in a stir fry. Like that's what it's in usually. It's in Asian stir fries. It's those little white crunchy things.
Oh yeah.
Kind of looks like a potato, but it's not. Most people love them. The people are always like, well, "That's what you don't like? Why?" And I'm like, I don't know. I think the texture combined with the flavor is just kind of gross to me.
I feel you.
You know, I don't think it tastes good. But it's not like the end of the world if I get one. If I chew on it, I'm like,
you just spit
it's
it out.
The only thing in the world. Nah, I'll just swallow it and then I'll just eat around them after that.
Bet.
I think that's so like I can't. Fanny's. I'm so. That's the one thing. I think I'll be like a really chill dad. Like I'm like so chill about stuff and all that. But the one thing I don't fucking deal with and I can't stand is like picky eating, sort of shit. And it's because I was never picky. My brothers and sisters were, and it always annoyed the fuck out of me.
Yeah.
And I wasn't allowed to be picky, and then they let them do it. So like, fucking like I can't stand. Fanny's little brother was here, and I love him, and he's so chill, but he was being picky about his food. And I'm just like, you know, Christopher, then don't fucking eat. Like, you know, like, like that's my view on it. Is it's like, well, then don't eat it. Like, don't eat anything. Yeah. Like, because he spit something out that because he was saying he wanted to try something, and it was like I was so annoyed that he spit it out. I was like, just throw all that away now because there's spit on the table. You know what I mean? Like, so I would never like be eating something like and spit it out. Like, that's fucking gross. Just swallow it. It's food. Yeah.
I feel you.
You know what I mean? Unless it was like literally, you could tell it's like rotten or some shit like that. Like obviously, no one should eat it. But yeah, no, I wouldn't spit it out.
I'm in a Mexican household, dog. I don't really have a choice to be a picky eater. Like even even with dieting right now, I'm like my dad is like he's been making pizzas lately, and like I'm trying to avoid that, you know, like or try to avoid any greasy foods. Like I've been having Chipotle or like something that has like good protein in it. But
do you avoid fats?
Like fats? No, not really.
Yeah, I was about to say because the grease is what your body makes testosterone out of.
No, but like my dad's been making like pizzas. I'm like, I'm just trying to avoid pizza, you know, or like any like.
Pizza's bad, because all that bread.
Yeah, and that's why.
Cheese.
Exactly. So like I was because like I can't just tell my dad like, hey, I'm trying to get back in shape. Like whatever, bitch, you're skinny anyways. Just fucking eat it. I'm like, all right, yeah, you're right. You know, that's how Mexican families work. You know, you don't have a choice to like eat whatever you want. That's always making fun of like vegans and like in a Mexican household. I'm like, yo, like you're vegan. How's that like, you know, in your house? What do they tell you? They call you a bitch, you know? Because like
you was about to say your parents are gonna be like fucking, and then you start losing weight, and then they're gonna be on you for that. They're like they're not feeding you, and shit like that.
Like you're not eating, and I'm like, dog, fucking, you're cooking the wrong shit, you know?
No, because Fanny's mom. For a while when I was eating more strict, because she always sent him home with food, and then Fanny stopped taking it home because I was like, "Hey, this food's really good, but I'm trying not to eat stuff like that." Yeah. So Fanny wouldn't let her go home, and her mom would be like, "What is he going to eat? You can't send him home with nothing." like just like losing it on her.
No, and I always feel rude too, or because like you just want to go to a Mexican party. They're like, "Oh, would you like something?" Like, I already ate before I got here. Sorry, you know. And I was still like an hour or two later, they're like, "You sure you don't want anything?" I'm like, "No, I'm about to leave." And they're like, "You don't want to take anything home?" Like, bro, I'm gonna be fine, you know. And it's like,
and then if you don't take anything, they're gonna think you're rude.
Yeah, they were like, "Oh, fucking dick, we're not good enough." I'm like, "Bro, all right, fine."
You're supposed to say you're supposed to say no like 2 or 3 times, and then finally say yes.
Yeah,
it's the stupidest like dance of like courtesy.
Yeah, but like no, like I swear I'm good, bro. Like I'm fine. Just let me go. But all right, whatever. But yeah, your COVID experience, my guy, was. What do you?
It wasn't that bad for me, man. I was blessed.
Yeah,
man. It was chill. In fact, I really liked how much time I got off work because I still got like a week left, and I'm good. Like for me, the flu that I had before this, at the end of 2019, right before COVID kicked off, I had the flu then. Yeah. That shit. I didn't lose my sense, taste, and smell like this, but other than that. That was way worse. Like I was actually having trouble breathing. I thought I was gonna die and shit. I almost went to the hospital. Yeah. I couldn't think straight. All that sort of shit. This, I felt like I had the cold and like a mild flu. You know what I mean? Had fatigue. It was never that bad. Got congested. I got like kind of like feverish. Like I get like sweaty and shit for like a day or two. Completely lost my sense of smell. I kind of have it. Already a little bit though. I can kind of smell things. It's super weak though.
Yeah, because I was gonna tell you about these essential oils that I be smelling like on the daily. I actually kind of stopped last week, but yeah, I was saying here my taste is like kind of normal-ish now. Like these taste kind of different here and there, but yeah, it's getting there too.
Some things taste. I was gonna say that it made things taste different. Especially when it first came on, it wasn't that I couldn't taste. Things started tasting bad. Everything started tasting like rotten and shit. I was like, everything tastes like. I thought all the food in the fridge popped up at first, and then well, I started noticing it because like certain hot sauces, all the hot sauces I had tasted like shit to me.
Damn.
So then after that, then I liked it completely, and that's when I realized it was fucked up. But it took me a while to realize I didn't have my smell. Like I just started kind of noticing. I was like, I really can't smell. I know that this has a smell to it. Like, you know what I mean? Because not every, like right now, there's no smells in my room. Like, it smells like my house. Like, fucking, there's no, like, nothing to it. So I don't smell anything, or I wouldn't smell anything normally.
Yeah.
But, like, you know, you get next to, like, jar of milk. Smells like milk, you know, shit like that. Like, that's when I started realizing, yo, I can't smell this shit. And, like, then it was, like, kind of going away. Because I feel like I was, like, maybe it was getting weaker. Because I remember when I really noticed it as I took my dog for a walk. And I was like, usually I'm like, oh, I like take a big breath and then I go down and pick up its shit.
Yeah.
But I was like picking up its shit, and I wasn't like, because I was like, I'm not gonna like, but I was like,
yeah, you didn't need a, like, you didn't feel it.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't smell it. Like, so I was like, damn, that's fucking crazy. Like, how do I not smell dog shit? You know, like, can't smell. And now I can kind of smell a little bit, but I've noticed that I can kind of smell good smells. I can kind of smell fucking like Fanny made banana bread, and I was like, yeah, I can kind of smell it, but it's still hard to smell my dog shit. Yeah, that still persists.
Yeah,
I
like
smell her shit.
Like my shit right now too. Like I can smell good stuff, but I'm not the exact actual good stuff. Like I put on cologne, I can smell the good part of the cologne, you know, but like my brain is like, I don't know what this is, but it smells good, you know. That's how it is. Maybe
because you trained it to smell good smells through those essential oils,
and
didn't train it to smell the bad smells.
No, but same with bad.
I just made that up. I don't know.
No, but like it's the same thing with bad smells too. Like I know, like, oh, like I know what shit smells like. You know, like in my head, like I can picture like how it can smell. But when like when like I'm around, like I don't know, get some shit, you know, like, or like same here, like I picked up my dog shit, I didn't really smell it, you know. Like I'll fart too, and I will smell my own farts. I'm like, I don't smell shit. Like it smells bad, but I'm like, I don't really smell it, you know.
Yeah. Oh, you know what happens too? I don't smell my own farts either. Yeah. And then also the dog, like a lot of times, fan will be like, "Oh my god, the dog farted," and I'll be like, "I didn't know. I just didn't know." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I could always taste?
What's up?
Salt. I never stopped being able to taste salt when I had no taste. Because I remember we ordered a bunch of wings from Wingstop, and I'm like, I could tell I'm eating chicken. Like I can taste very vaguely, but like every single wing tasted exactly the same.
Yeah.
And both ranch and blue cheese tasted the same. You know, but you know, obviously there's more to food than the taste. There's also texture and shit like that, how dry it is, whatever. But so like every fucking wing flavor, exactly the fucking same. I could feel heat from spiciness. But fucking I remember I took some chicken out the fridge like a couple days ago, and I thought it smelled or no, it was turkey. I'm sorry, sliced turkey.
Yeah.
Like for a sandwich. Smelled fine to me completely. I was like, it smells like turkey. But then when I started pulling it apart, it was like really slimy. And so I brought it to Fanny and asked her, and she's like, I was about to ask her because I had asked her one more time if something was bad, and she's like, that's bad, throw it away.
Yeah.
And I was like, God damn it. It was all the meat in the fridge, and I planned, I'd already started making shit for what I was going to do with that, so it sucked. But then that happened. I couldn't smell, some milk went bad. That I guessed. I was like, I don't think I can smell this. Fanny can smell this. I guessed her before that, and she's like, yeah, that milk's bad.
Okay.
Couldn't smell it, and I was like, you know, so smell is like, but taste is kind of coming back.
Okay.
A little bit.
That's good then.
So I'd say it's at like 50%.
All right. I feel that. Yeah. I mean, yeah, same here too. Like, especially when my parents be like, yo, like, how's that taste? I'm like, bro, like, because when someone tells me that, like, how's it taste? Like, I'm like, bro, I can't give you a definitive answer. Like, I'll just be like, yeah, it's good. But I'll be like, I would like to say, yo, like, the chicken is nice. Yo, the steak fucking good, you know, like real, you know, like whatever. Like I want to give a description, but I can't even be confident with saying like good, you know, because even I'm like my brain could be lying to myself right now, you know, because like what if I'm just used to the bad shit now? Because that's like another thing that I've been going through. It's like there's some things where like I hate eggs now, bro. Like eggs, I cannot stand eggs now, and that used to be like my favorite breakfast. Yeah, so like now I just eat bagels every morning and like a banana. But
I was about to say coffee hasn't tasted as good. I still drink it. I don't hate it. Like I still like it, but it does taste different. It has like a weird sweeter extraness now. Nah, Fanny doesn't like country. I like a little bit of country.
I like a little bit of country too, actually. People shit on that too much. I'm like, bro, like give it a shot. Like stop being those people. Like I like everything but country. Like, nah, shut up. It's good.
I genuinely think this. I think it's dumb. Like I get style of music because I have a favorite style of music. Like, you know what I mean? Like it might speak something to you, but every style of music, like I hate when people say like a whole style is bad or something. I'm like, I don't feel like it would come to exist without like what kind of births another little culture style of it is people doing something like to say like, you know, most people don't listen to polkas. Yeah. But obviously they're not that bad. They fucking made music like that for like 400 fucking years. There's something about it that drives people. And you know, like every kind of music has a thing to it. Like I could tell you what the thing to it that like trap is. Yeah. You know, like something that's like jazz has a thing that drives it. It's like the weird rhythms and then I don't want to go into it, but
the improv that happens.
Yeah, well, there's like certain like in polka music, there's like this bum, 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 bum. Yeah. That's really important. That like if you don't get that part right, you didn't do polka right. So I'm sticking on polka because I kind of know a little bit about it. You know, and that's what most Mexican music comes from. It's polka. It kind of has like this driving, marching thing to it. That's what makes it happen. Like trap music, like the big thing is, well, I think it's also part of the time. The quantization is like such a defining feature, and what kind of like separated it from everything before. Yeah, you know what I mean. Like you can never get something to sound like almost so perfect, for lack of a better term. Like disco had a thing like that drove everybody, and it was those 4 to the floor kicks, like and other things. Actually, there's a lot of other things in disco. It's not all disco sound like that, but so yeah, no, I whenever people say like, oh, country music's bad, like I'm like, bro, there's classic. A country artist just sang "Amazing Grace" for the fucking president to come in, and it was a big thing because all the Republicans were mad at him because they're all country fans. Yeah, but it was like literally like Garth Brooks, who just, I don't know, I can't tell you a single Garth Brooks song, but he's like Michael Jackson. Yeah, to people into country, you know what I mean? Yeah, like he's huge, or maybe more like Jay-Z rather. That would be a better way to say it. But yeah, I mean, there's something to it.
I feel that
it's just a 1-2 count. Which one's just a 1-2 count?
I think it's talking about, was it polka?
Yeah, music? It's like a marching thing. They do it differently. I had a friend that was in marching band, and he's a really good bassist, and he played one of the drums in it, and he was kind of telling me about how their rhythms go and shit.
For sure. But yeah, no, with country music, I'm like, I just can't, like, even people who just like a song. I met girls who are like they don't even like it at all, and I'm like, oh, I like this one song, and I show it to them, like, oh, this shit's bad. I'm like, oh,
it's kind of like, yeah, I was gonna say it's kind of like Prejudice, like they dislike it before you press play. I hate whenever I try to get Fanny to something, like, here, try this. She tries to like take it and look at what it is. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, just try it. Quit judging it first. Like let it give it a fair shake. Yeah, you know, see what it's made out of, and then move on from there. Respond to my text. Okay.
Speaking of judging, let's talk about Cowboy Bebop, dude. Because, well, first I want like.
Yeah, that's what we want to talk about. I was gonna ask you, and I didn't want to. I was like, Scrappy, we were gonna talk about something.
We're gonna talk about Cowboy Bebop and that Logic MF Doom album, or mixtape. It's actually a mixtape, but. I mean, okay, I was kind of surprised. I'm not really surprised about Fanny's reaction about like how she just hates the ending, you know, because I'm like, I understand, you know, like why it would upset some people, you know, and like how you said like about Fanny like not trying things out. I'm like, yeah, like Fanny would hate that shit, low key, you know.
But she tried it out.
Yeah, she did try
it out. Because here's the thing. I was, as time has gone on. I agree with her more. I think she's like, because I do this sometimes too. So she's like not overly critical. I don't know. She's gonna let it. Like, I think Cowboy Bebop had a lot of good things to it, but like something, I guess you could say like one thing can ruin it for her. Right. Yeah. So that's right. Like this one thing that she's hung up on will like fuck it all up. So. Because for me, those things, the criticisms are correct. So here's the thing: I don't think Cowboy Bebop is bad. I know. It'd be like if I was saying like I don't know. I wouldn't say this, but like if I was saying, I think Michael Jackson's like a C. Like he's all right. Like, but I'm saying my Cowboy Bebop, it's like a B plus. I watched it all the way through.
Yeah.
Right. I liked a lot of individual episodes of it. I didn't gain more from oh, so he said Magic's got a country song, bro. I'm ready to hear the country song, bro. But my wife hates country too. I can't even show it to her. Oh, that sucks. I would still, even if I made a country song, I'd make Fanny listen to it. I'd be like, come on, judge it on me. But fucking what was I saying about
Cowboy Bebop?
Fucking Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah.
So Cowboy Bebop, man. So do you think it's the best anime? Most thing I see say that that's the best anime.
Yes, I still think it's.
But then almost everybody told me they wouldn't say it's the best to them. Nobody told me it was their favorite. So, Cowboy Bebop, liked a lot of like individual episodes. My criticisms were this. All right, so
yeah,
I think the story arc with Spike and Julia. Spoilers, by the way, if you've never seen it, you don't want to know. I'm going to talk about it. I'm barely messing up. You'll still actually get everything out of the show with what I'm going to talk about, by the way, too. So I really won't fuck it up for you, because of the way the show is. The story with Spike and Julia, like, I'm not saying it needed to be every episode, but it was just like it relied on your understanding of a basic trope. Yeah, that like that he just like okay, that's his love interest. Nothing about why or what's bringing him to this point or like what makes Spike this so he's like doesn't like he's so chill, but then he has this one thing and you don't get anything until like that last episode really. Yeah. Maybe the last two. Even that one, it's like 7 or some shit where you get the one little because it's such a small part of the thing, and then for it to just like end of the show, it felt so not impactful because they're so just like in space the whole time, and then for them. You can't have this conversation be calling me out when I can't respond. But I'm fighting for your points right now. These are the things you were saying, though. That's what I'm saying. I've come to, like, your side is basically what I'm saying. Like, I think, I'm more like, I think you're righter than, like, all the, everything about it. But here's my thing also I'll say about Cowboy Bebop. I think it's important because someone else pointed this out to me. If I would have watched Cowboy Bebop when it, like, closer when it came out, like 10, 15 years ago, more like, when it was on Adult Swim. Wasn't as are we still good?
Yeah, we're
Sorry,
good.
I just froze up for a second. Yeah. And anime wasn't as like anime used to be not as cool as it was now. Now Megan Thee Stallion. The reason Fanny watched this because Megan Thee Stallion was saying she watched it. She was like, all right, we'll try this anime.
Yeah, of course.
When I suggested it. Right. Fucking hey, I do shit all the time because other people do it, so I'm not gonna lie. Like that makes me more like that gave him some clout. All right, fuck it, we'll go with it. Because I never really watched anime either. I used to think anime was lame. I'll be 100%. I would shit on anime, and I never watched any of it. That everybody that I met that liked it because it was like because everybody knows it was like nerd shit.
It's like even I'm still like because like you know the term weeaboo, right?
Yeah, of course. I called you weeaboo like 50 times.
I know, like I. Like low key though,
you weeb for sure.
Like when Filthy Frank came out with a video like called Weeaboo, like that's what started the trend, the term Weeaboo. Like I was like, bro, I don't know, like that's not me. Like I just watch anime because I like it. Like it's actually to me it's cool. Like Dragon Ball Z, Cowboy Bebop, all these other cool animes. I fucking love that shit. I don't watch
animes are cool.
Yeah. Like, but I don't watch like the super discreet, crazy like something. Bro. In the back end, you know, where I'm like, I'm not that deep in anime.
Well, there's crazy anime, just like there's crazy shows that aren't anime, bro. Like, just like I was saying earlier about music, like how can you just discount a whole genre? You could say that. I mean, I don't listen to a lot. Like, I'd be lying to you if I was like, oh, bro, country's amazing. I listen to all this country, but like, you ask me, is country good? I'm like, yeah, sure. Why the fuck not? Like, so anime, it's the same thing. Like, if you're just like, no, I'll never watch an anime. I'm like, I don't know. I feel like you're letting yourself down to stuff. Like, I want to try. I want to watch more animes. And I'm trying to figure out which one. I think we're gonna watch Attack on Titan next.
Bro, oh, dude. Okay, yeah. Please watch it. Please watch it, bro. Like, it's
because that's newer too, right?
And like this last season, I suggest like you seriously just get off Twitter or mute Attack on Titans on Twitter because like I'm just talking about it every day. That shit's hype. Like I'm fucking. It's so good.
How long will it take me to catch up?
Oh, depends, bro. Like it's. How much you marathon?
How many seasons is it?
There's 3 seasons. Or
how many episodes in a season?
Oh, depending on which. I know season 2 has like 12 or 16 episodes. But I know
it's not that bad. And how long are episodes?
Same episodes as like Cowboy Bebop or whatever.
Minutes.
Yeah, 30 minutes.
Okay. But, yeah, no, we get like I'll fuck with that because so I like the world in Cowboy Bebop a lot.
Yeah, it's
and
really
I
cool.
feel like they never. It felt too like a vacuum because like I like didn't get. I wanted to know more about like the structure of society.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, we got to go to Mars today, and like it was implied Mars is a nice place to live. Like and they would talk a little bit about certain planets. Like they went to like Neptune. It was like 90% men and shit like that. Because it was all just like these like hard labor jobs and shit.
Yeah.
And then when Faye was there, she was like the first woman people had seen in like a couple years and shit.
Yeah.
And all that sort of shit. So like I liked that, but so the Syndicate, who, so Spike, you like barely like. I didn't mind that it was like not like in your face, like Spike was in the fucking Syndicate, okay? Do you understand that? Like it never like said that. There was never like no anything like that. But they could have fucking like expanded by like outer parts of the story, like what the Syndicate was more, because so if they read everything, why don't they have Spike already? Because everybody knows who Spike is in half these places because he's like a famous bounty hunter. So they know, they've got to know about Spike if they're this powerful. And like, it's like these midgets talking. Why are they in charge? Because then this guy killed everybody. With, like, it just didn't make, like when they got to the Syndicate and everything, it felt like cheesy. Like they only inserted it into the story when it was convenient. Like, I don't know. It didn't, like a lot of it. And then for it to just end like that with like, so he goes in, kill him, and he's dead, or now, and then like it went up. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like that. I feel like that could have maybe at least been like, you know, it would have been cool if the ending was like 2 more episodes and it was like a 4-part. Like it was more of like a part of the show.
Yeah.
Then it just ends in like a 2-episode thing. Like, because the scene of him taking out the whole Syndicate was like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, so, and then when Julia comes in the show, she's like gone immediately too. And I'm not saying you can't have shows where like people like die immediately or anything like that, but yeah, I just don't feel like what I felt like the show has like missed opportunities.
Okay, I feel you.
So, yeah, and also the final thing. To continue my shenanigans. So this is the last thing.
Yeah. And
this is less of like me trying to sound smart and give you this esoteric gripe about tropes and shit. This is just a complaint. I hate that they suck as bounty hunters. I know you've seen me talk about this much. I hate that they fucking suck as bounty hunters. It makes the show harder to watch because
you want them to win.
Literally, like you're supposed to think they're badass, right? Like I thought Spike was pretty cool. Like he was like used to be he doesn't give a fuck about anything and he's always cool about shit. He never fucks any bitches, but it's always like implied like, oh, he probably could though because he's Spike. And he like people are like, please teach me karate, Spike. And he's like, I don't even know karate, I'm just badass. Like he's cool and he doesn't care about anything. And then you got him and he's like an ex fucking serial murderer basically. Like he used to be a hitman for the fucking crime syndicate, the most dangerous one. And then Spike used to be like a cop and he was like a detective.
Jet.
And so he was or Jet.
Yeah.
And so he still has all his connections and shit. And he's got a robot arm and he's huge. He's like, dude's like 6'5" and fucking jacked. Like like he's on the squad too. And he's a mechanic. And he's smart. Like he
got backstabbed by his own cops, remember?
Yeah, I know he did. And that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Whatever, but he's a cop. It used to be, and so he still has like a lot of skills and shit from that in this kind of field. And then you've got a fucking super hacker girl who's like 14 and just basically does your bidding as long as she doesn't get too excited about something else. You're like, hack this mainframe for this shit, like, and she's like, done. Like, fucking Faye's on there, and Faye's like super hot, and honestly, she's actually more of a fucking detriment. But when she is useful, she's a good pilot too. She'll fucking she can pull out the toolie, like it doesn't take much. So like she can pull a trigger, and she like counts cards and does like understands like how to like fucking like get someone to see her way of things and shit like that, and not afraid to use what she's got. So she, as far as not how she actually plays out, she is useful at parts, but most of the time she's fucking everything up. Like she is annoying and how much it's like every episode, like the episode starts and Faye's not there, she took off with all the money, like shit like that, and then they just let her back on.
Yeah.
Like Yeah, they never accomplish any fucking bounties. Every episode, they're like literally like there's like episodes, and it's funny to do it some parts. Like there was like an episode about them. They didn't even go for a bounty. They were just like all hungry. I don't even remember what happened.
Yeah.
Like you know what I mean? Like that'll be like a whole episode. They never fucking catch anybody. It's like, bro, 14 bounties in a row you fucking missed. They never like put down a little bounty. You know what I mean? Like, remember the first episode? I thought the first episode I was like, oh, this show is sick. When they were shooting that drug inside their eye.
Yeah.
And the drug was like super meth. Yeah. And then the guy kept doing it when they were chasing him. And then at the end, the wife was like, I'm pregnant, bro. And then he's like, I'm going to do more of the drugs while they're running from the cops. Yeah. And then she shot him in the head. And then they didn't get the money for that. They didn't get the bounty. Or they didn't even at least like make off of some of the drugs and sell the drugs. Yeah. Right? Like something. Like, and they never or set a guy up that deals in the drugs that has a bounty. How dope would that have been if that was the next episode? Yeah. And like they could be episode. How dope would it have been if the next episode is like Spice is like, Spike's like, I still got like a little bit, because remember how he had some of the drugs to like pretend to trade to the guy. He's like, I still got some of that guy's shit. And then he's like, we could sell it. And then Spike's or Jet's like, no, we can't sell it. And he goes, blah blah. Spike, what do you think? And he's like, and Spike's like, I've got a better idea. You know what I mean? And then he's like, what if we use it for the like? Then they have the fucking show come up, and then the guy's like, "Howdy there, buckaroos! We got another. Oh, who's the bounty? It's this guy that also sells the space drug. But where it is that he's low on money, and the people think they know where he might be. And then he's like, he's low on money, so he needs to get this to re-up to get and then they fucking do that, and then you know what I mean? What if they did that? That would have been sick. Yeah, no, and, like they could have had them catch a little bit of bounties, or even have like. If they don't want to make a whole episode about them catching a bounty, it could be like in the middle of like at the beginning of the episode, they're like, and they're like, how about that bounty that we finally kicked in? He's like, you mean that small fry that was only enough to get his gas to get to the next planet? Yeah. You know what I mean? They could have totally just like worked it in, like, okay, they're not losers, like, but they just fucking sucked the whole time. The only bounty, I think they technically caught the guy on the episode where there's the guy that's like the cowboy version of Spike. Yeah, him. They turned that guy in. And Spike didn't do any of it. Faye punched him in the face, and Jet arrested him because Spike was fighting with the cowboy guy. So fucking.
I mean, I totally get you in the complaints, but like even then there were some episodes. I'm not defending though. I'm just saying like there were some episodes where like they had like a moral choice, or like, oh, I had to let this person live because like I'll feel better if I kill this person, or like something slipped up too.
Some
like,
episodes are amazing because of that.
Yeah,
I agree with you.
Like or like that one episode where like the kid was like actually an old person, you know. And Spike had to kill that person.
That remember that episode harmonica? That was crazy. Remember the guy too that was like the super soldier that could fly for some reason? Yeah. And then he looked like the penguin. He was creepy. And then he was like, he had the mind of a child. And then Spike cut his leg open and he was like, "Mommy!" And then got ran over by the parade. Yeah. That was sick as fuck. There was a bunch of episodes, all the origin episodes of all the characters of the girl, the dog, and the like. Remember there was that guy that you never figured out what the dog was about. Because the dog had like human intelligence.
Yeah, the dog was super smart.
Yeah, the dog was sick as fuck. Yeah, all those were sick. The one with the chest I thought was cool. There was a bunch that were sick. So yeah, no, I liked the one where they ran into Spike's ex. Or Jet's ex. I keep calling Jet Spike. Yeah. But the one where they ran into that girl that was like this guy that Jet's used to know that he let go's daughter. Yeah. And then he had like disappeared. That episode was really good. The one where the girl believed in feng shui and shit. That episode was like deep and shit. Yeah. Like I was like, that would have been like a fucking good, like fucking Leo Tolstoy, fucking Dostoevsky novel. Like that whole episode could have been one. There was some great. So it works best. Like you don't need to watch the show from beginning to end. Yeah. You can just see like the best episodes of the show and get everything you need out of it.
And
to be 100% with you.
So here's like my reasoning for like why people think it's like it's the best show ever is because like you can watch any episode, hop in and be like, yo, dope, you know, and you can still learn about the characters. Like you don't need to see episode 12 to go learn about Jet's backstory or whatever the fuck. You don't need to know everything what's going on. You can just hop in any episode and enjoy it. Right. That's why some people like it a lot, and that's why like some people are like, okay, cool, like I just need to know the basics, like who these people are, and they still like show their personalities within the episodes. Also thing as well is like the reason why people love this anime so much because it stands the test of time. Like I remember this too. Like I used to watch Cowboy Bebop a lot when I was like a teenager, and then like I started watching it again like at the end of high school, so I was like 19. Yeah, and so like I just remember like I was just depressed as fuck. Watch that shit again. I'm like, yeah, it's still good, you know. even though like I was in a pretty bad mindset, like it's still good. I watched it again, like just over the weekend, just like refresh my memory. I was like, still good, you know? That's why like people like this show so much, because it can stand the test of time, and sometimes it can even be better. And like I said before, like I know I judge, like I didn't mean to judge you on this or sound like that, but I highly like, did you miss something? You're like, go watch it again. Like, no, I didn't mean like I didn't. Yeah, I was like, yeah, I was like, I didn't mean, yeah, I was like, yeah, I was like, maybe go watch it again. Maybe you missed something, dog. You know, because like that happens too. Like that can happen sometimes, where it's like, yo, like I didn't know that Faye meant this, or the fuck, or like I didn't know like, and like you know, like there's some hidden themes that you miss, and that's like another thing about the show. Like there's a lot of themes. Like I know you hated the bounty hunting, I know you hate like all these like how they fucked up on shit, but like it really wasn't about getting the bounty in the you know the writer's standpoint, or even like you know fucking in the whole show. It was really about the journey, and it was about them more about coming to grips about their past, because they met other people being like, hey, I can't get over this thing, you know, I had this thing that's holding me back, you know, or like the episode with Jet meeting his ex-girlfriend. Like even though he was after that bounty, he low-key needed that closure to move on, you know, with his life, with his life in general, you know? So stuff like that is what makes we're not watching again. All right, Fanny, I don't care. But no, it's like whatever, you know? So that's why like people love that shit so much. Cause like, even though, you know, like your complaints are valid complaints, still people are like, yo, like I still enjoyed it. It's still like, for some reason, it still hits me.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. And that's why
I enjoyed it. The end annoyed me. I was like, "That's how it ends."
Yeah, and
like, and that kind of sucks when the show ends, because it makes you do that.
Yeah, because like
it makes you look at it.
Yeah, and like, because you know how like in the show, like they're teaching the characters this lesson to keep moving forward. You know, to like, hey, shit happens. You know, in life, go on. You know, whether good or bad thing. You know, or like how Faye found out about her past, she can't really do anything about it. You know, and that's why at the last episode where Spike quote unquote dies, actually the creator said actually he might have been resting, you know, he said it's basically up to interpretation.
He might have not died. I saw that. I looked that up.
So basically
but he said they're never gonna make another episode, so
so whatever like helps you know, sleep at night or whatever. But basically
what if he's alive? Does he become in charge of the crime syndicate?
Probably. I don't know. You can
then
just
what? Does he bring Jet with them?
Fuck, maybe, dog. I mean, we don't, like, again, it's up to interpretation. You can like
marry Faye?
Nah. Oh, that would be dope though. I've always shipped them. I always wanted them to be together. There was some sexual tension going on in that show between them.
Yeah, at the end episode, because she cries when he leaves.
Yeah. But the whole phrase "you're gonna carry that weight" is because, like, you know, like me and a lot of other people, we got attached to the characters of the show. Like, yo, even though like, sure, they were probably losers or whatever the fuck, but like they're still cool. Like, yo, like we wish we could kind of.
I like the characters.
Too. Yeah,
there's cool parts about all of them, but it's annoying. I'm just saying, like my thing, like, and I'll see we're both like, I'm not saying they both can't be. These are both true.
Yeah.
Right. I was just saying that it's annoying that they suck at being bounty hunters because you're supposed to like them and shit like that. I wish they would have changed that a little bit. Right. I think if they would have changed that, it'd be sick. I'd be fine with them coming and doing some more episodes and explain what happened. Hopefully, like they can like, if they would do that, I would definitely watch it.
Yeah.
Because I liked it enough to like want to know more. Let me ask you this: so you've seen Breaking Bad, right?
Yeah. Oh, sure. No. What's up? I've never seen.
Oh, you haven't seen Breaking Bad or The Sopranos?
But I know what happens in Breaking Bad, though.
Yeah, but you got to see it.
Okay.
And I was about to say those are the two shows that most people agree are the best shows. Like, period. Like, and I would say after a while, I've never seen two shows that captivate me more. But which is better is hard. But I would say for sure. People argue over which was a better ending because both people think the endings weren't as good as the whole show. The end of Breaking Bad or the end of Sopranos. You for sure gotta say Breaking Bad because Breaking Bad left like so much closure, right? And I think people are like it was like too much, like it was like everything, like people. But with Sopranos, it literally just like randomly ends.
Yeah,
like it literally they go out to eat, and then like it like zooms in on his face, and then the screen goes dark. That's how the fucking Sopranos ends.
Okay, hold on, Fanny, you talking mad slander right now. Hold up, I'm gonna talk about you're gonna carry that way. I was trying to get to that point, but like, okay, she's saying it's so fucking unrealistic. They're literally starving and not doing enough to get a bounty. All right, but like that's the point. It's a show. Like it's supposed to be unrealistic, you know? Like it's in space too. So like, what the fuck you expect?
I was annoyed with them not getting enough money to get better. Their characters just pass when they bring everyone down with them. They're fucking selfish.
Okay.
See, that I don't think is a bad thing about the show. That makes me like mad at the characters, but at the sense like that's what what the show is supposed to like dive into that because people do that. People play out those things, and that's why these shows are good, is because we can like relate them to life. And you're like, oh, that was like when my uncle wouldn't give up that fucking shit. You know what I mean? Or whatever it was. You know what I mean? Like that's why books are good and everything like that. They have no character development. That I agree with. There is very little character development within the show. They're all just like kind of some way for no reason. There's like kind of some maybe with Jet, and I liked the sequence where the dog and the girl left. Like it showed something changing in the show. That's why it was cool when people came onto the ship. Like it was like the show was growing, you know. And like when there was episodes, like any episode that was relating to where you were getting info about a character, that was a good episode. Because there's somewhere it has nothing to do. It was just like some dope shit happened for some reason. You know what I mean? But then there's other episodes where it's like, oh, who is this? Oh, me and Spike's enemy were in the war together, so we hate each other too. You know what I mean? And like you're like learning this through like other characters, like finding out about the other character and shit. Yeah. That shit was dope. But that was like happened in like there's probably like 7 episodes that are important to like the sequence of how the show goes. Yeah. Every other episode you can watch at any point. Like you can mix them up and put the ones at the end, at the beginning, it wouldn't fucking matter. Yeah. Right. But there's like 7 episodes that have to do with like over like story arcs and shit like that. Yeah. And all those episodes are good because there's actually some character development. But throughout the rest of it, there really isn't. Yeah. And there's a lot of cool episodes that don't have anything else in it. But I don't know, it is missing that.
Yeah. I guess with the character development as well is because like I guess what the creator was trying to do, he was trying to be like, all right, let's make these characters already have like go through all like the arcs themselves. They're just like past the part where they're like, you know, they already went through some shit. Now it's just them how they are. That's how like adults are in real life. Like they already have this life, you know? Like some adults are just like that's how they are now. From now on, like you ever like see your dad and you're like he's kind of hasn't changed a bit, you know? Like or any old person.
There's people that haven't changed a bit, but I just disagree with it as the movie made it suck.
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, I don't know. For some people, it's like, all right, that's cool. Like, if finding out about their past is more interesting, and then like seeing how they deal with it by going back to it, you know, like the way.
So why should I like Attack on Titan though?
So why should you like Attack on? Oh, because it's hella action. There's like it's weird because like first season you're like, oh, this is like typical anime like action shit. Like, oh yeah, of course the character's like, I'm gonna kill all the Titans. You know, like in every anime, like I'm gonna become Hokage. I'm gonna become the strongest in the universe. You know. Or some like some kind of like that's like that's always like the main goal of like every main character, like something very simplistic and like a really high standard. But like you find out later on like why there are Titans, why people are doing this, and like there's some crazy like political shit that goes on to like why like you know because there's churches involved, you know there's like you know politics and like kings, like even people like getting with fraud and shit like that. Like it's actually pretty interesting. You're like yo like people really out here screwing people over and like you know and it's because like the Titans are like something people can't control. They live in a wall. But sometimes the Titans break through because, you know, things fuck up, you know? But what happens, like, you'll see people how they react. Like, you'll see that in real life, how in the pandemic, like, people are, like, buying ammo right now. People are, or in the show, people are, like, stocking up food or being selfish. Like, no, get out of my house. Like, I don't want you to see you here. Like, I'm going to die because of you, you know? So you'll see that. And then, like, when Eren gets his Titan powers, like, you know, that's not really spoiled. Like, you see it on Twitter. So, like, but like you find out like oh like that makes you question like can other people become Titans, can like what's the deal with the whole Titan situation, and like you know where did they even come from, you know, and you'll learn about that. It's just there's action, there's political shit, there's like drama, and it's like it's all very interesting, you know. And it sucked because like when season 2 came back, it came back after 4 years after the first season, so like the hype already died down. And I was like, bro, like literally watch the second season, then the third, because third gets like ramps up the action again. Second season is kind of boring because it is like more political drama shit, but there's still Titans around, there's still action there, but like you learn more about the world and what goes on. So
shit, okay.
But the final season, like now it's like it's all coming together. You know, all that political war shit that happened, all the way people reacting, the way Eren is, especially Eren has like the biggest character development too. The way he becomes, it's just all crazy, bro. But yeah, okay.
I'm not to fuck with it.
Yeah, it's pretty dope. So, but again, with carrying that weight, I guess you know the creator was like, yo, it's symbolic of like what we go through. Like we grew attached with all these characters. Now we're gonna see that shit end, and we will probably never see anything else like it again. We'll probably like the creator's been like, no, it's gonna end.
I've heard the movie's not that good.
Really?
What did you see? I think you told me to watch it. Like 3 people told me don't even watch that shit.
It's just another add-on. Like if you were like, I mean, it's not gonna
is it just basically like another episode? It'd be like if they stuck an episode in the middle.
Yeah, pretty much. That's what it is.
How many years after it did it come out?
Literally like no, not even like a year. I would say like about a year after, because when like it stopped airing on Toonami and all that stuff, they're like, yo, like where can I get more? And there's like, there's like, all right, like we'll just fucking make a movie because like you guys seem to like it. I mean, Cowboy. I don't know if you heard about this, but they're getting a Netflix live adaptation.
When I was a kid, the ones that I had seen on Adult Swim, I had seen episodes of Inuyasha and Trigun, and I watched them. They weren't like terrible, but I never thought they were like that good or anything. They didn't get me like super into it. I did see also all of, and a lot of people tell me this one's really good, FLCL.
Bro, that is my favorite. That is my favorite. That's my favorite.
See, I liked it. I wouldn't give that. I wouldn't give that because I was at the point where maybe if I watched it again, maybe I will because it's short. Yeah, that was the only reason I'd seen all of it because it was short. But I felt like it was like, I don't know. It reminded me. You know, it reminded me a lot of what's that shit that you wanted to get on the Switch and then we never did it.
What?
It's like a beat 'em up game, and it was a movie too.
Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah. It was literally like an anime Scott Pilgrim if you really look at it and think about it.
That's crazy because that shit came out before Scott Pilgrim.
Because it was all about his relationships with all the girls.
Yeah. Oh no, it was. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was that, but it was also like
it's
more
kind of like this coming of age thing.
Yeah, it was a coming of age thing. Him just being a child and him dealing with dumb adults in his life too. You know, like his dad is pretty stupid, and like I don't know. There's like other shit, and like even then, like he hates the girls too that he's with, but like he's still stuck with them. You know, so he has to do it. Yeah.
But they're like teaching him things, like, but he's not like really learning it. He's trying to resist it.
Yeah. I mean, for me, like it was like the art style and the music, and even the creator was like, there really was no supposed to be like intentional story. If anything, we just wanted to promote the band's music. That's all it was about. It was more about making just like something creative and just having fun with it. And I was like, yo, like it came up fucking good.
It was about the band?
Yeah, the band, the Pillows. So like if you're like listen or like watch it again, like listen to the soundtrack. They're fucking dope. I like them. Like I'm not even on like some weeaboo shit. Like
I remember that there was like music from the show and it was all like rock music, and then we're like, it was about like it's a 1978 fucking fucking like, acoustic guitar, whatever the fuck guitar was, a Fender or some shit. Like it was all about like there was like this heavy like guitar thing with it and all this shit. It was one of those things where it was like cool because it was weird.
Yeah.
But it was just also kind of weird for the sake of weird.
Yeah.
Like I felt like they were like look, it's artistic because we made it really weird. But I'm like, I don't know if that necessarily is true. There is some artistic parts to it. But I guess it was cool. You know what I mean? Or Inuyasha, do you think Inuyasha or Trigun are good? I didn't like
actually, I've never seen Trigun. Inuyasha, I do fuck with Inuyasha. That shit's pretty dope.
Okay. Maybe I'll have to check that out again. Yeah. It was basically to me like Pokemon with cuss words and sex. like it even kind of has a very similar like art style to old school Pokemon. Like the way the anime looks and fucking like the music, everything about it, the characters' attitudes and everything. The only thing was that there was like implied like because it's in feudal Japan. I like that it was in feudal Japan. I was hoping I would see more animes that were in feudal Japan.
Yeah,
because feudal Japan is tight. But I don't know. I feel like have you ever seen Seven Samurai?
That sounds familiar. I think I might have.
It's a really old movie. There's like movies based on it. Like The Hateful Eight is based on it.
Oh yeah.
Bugs Life is based on it. It's like a lot of people consider it like one of the first movies of its type. It's the same thing as Bugs Life. It's like these guys are gonna come and fuck us up, so we need to go get some warriors and bring them in and train them to defend us, basically. Okay. That's what happens in Bugs Life. Okay. That's what happens in Hateful Eight's a little bit different, but a similar concept.
Okay.
The Magnificent Seven is a really famous cowboy movie. It has the cowboy song that if I played it for you, but oh yeah, that's a song that's in all the cowboy movies. Yeah. It's a movie where that song's from. But anyways, I watched that shit because I would saw these things about how good it's supposed to be, but it's from like the 50s. Yeah. It's fucking boring. Because the action scenes aren't shot good, and like the stuff that they're trying to show, like this was the first time it was shown on videos, so it was interesting then. But now it's like, they did Bugs Life is better than this. Yeah, like Bugs Life did it better. Like,
no, I mean, Fantasy, can we eat soon?
Yeah.
I mean, you want to just wrap it up because I did want to talk about the album, but we can talk about it another time then.
Which album is it?
The MF Doom type album that I sent you by Logic.
Okay. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet.
Oh, you know, okay, never mind. Then no, that's fine. Then that's fine. We can just wrap it up right now. Any final thoughts? Anything you want to say about Cowboy Bebop?
No, bro. Cowboy Bebop was good. I liked it.
You liked it? All right.
That's what I want to say about it. Like my points are so contrarian. I know that like they're gonna upset people, so I liked it. Don't think it was like that negative.
I mean, I guess I already explained why. Like it's why everyone loves it so much. You know, even myself included. Because especially with the whole "you're gonna carry the weight," it just means like, oh, like hey, the show's over. It broke your heart. Like if the ending fucked you up, or like even then, like all that shit you went through. Like now that you watched it, what are you gonna do now? You know?
Yeah, it made you feel something.
Exactly. Like it's like, what are you gonna do now? You know, you're gonna carry that with you. So. Shut the fuck up, move on, as Fanny would say.
That's Did she say that? That's hilarious.
Yeah, she said that. He's like, "There's no fuck carry the weight. Shut the fuck up, move on." Like adults have to actually survive.
Oh, I saw when she said that. Yeah.
But yeah, no, like that's basically it. Like you're gonna have to like live with that. You know.
You need to. The part of this episode we're gonna clip is when we get to the Cowboy Bebop part 2.
Yeah, yeah. I'll definitely clip that out.
We'll post that.
All
right, bro.
All right, peace out.
Hey, peace, everybody. The streams are back on. You're gonna start seeing them when they're fucking supposed to be. So bi-weekly we doing this?
Yeah, we're doing bi-weekly Mondays. Let's do it. Let's do it at 7.
If we do it, let's talk about it more off stream. I was gonna say we could possibly keep them shorter and do them more digitally and do them every week.
Ooh, I'm down for that.
Let's talk about that.
All right, bet.
All right, bro.
Peace out.
Peace.